back to our beach house. We are officially on vacation, and I could not be more excited about it. We are here for the next week or so. We've actually been here 2 days already, but it's been so hot. We've really just been like hunkering down inside. We did go to the beach yesterday, but we only made it like an hour because it was so hot and humid. It was like 90 degrees with like 90% humidity. It's still humid today, but fingers crossed, the temps are supposed to drop overnight. I wanted to bring you along because last year was my first ever reading vlog. So like I vlogged last vacation and that was my first ever reading vlog, which is crazy. So it's kind of like a 1-year anniversary thing, but also I really want to make this like a tradition, just because this is like the most relaxing. We come every year, it's just special, and now I feel like it's also kind of like my booktube anniversary, which is just so exciting. And I have so many good books to read this week, I cannot even begin to tell you. And I'm going to be starting with Dead 11 by Jimmy Giuliano, which all I know about this one is a slow kind of horror suspense novel about an island, I believe. Yeah, Willowstone finds these words written on the floor of her deceased son's bedroom, and it takes place in the 90s, and like this cover with the VHS, and like we have VHS tapes here, like there's a VCR, and like it's a tradition every year that we watch just VHS. Like we don't go for the DVDs, we only watch the VHS tapes because it's just like nostalgic and it's just perfect. So we have like Jurassic Park, we have Empire Records, Twister, like so many good ones. It's truly amazing. So I just felt like this totally like fit the vibe. Plus like island vibes, beach vacation. I just feel like they go hand in hand. So I have not started this yet. I am going to start it this afternoon. And yeah, I just wanted to like come on, kind of intro. There's a breeze happening, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. And let you know what I'm going to be starting with. I'm just so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be on vacation. You're probably going to see this spot a lot. Let's just have like a great vacation and a great reading week. Thank you guys for coming along with me. I'm so excited. And I just want to say thank you for being here this past year. This definitely was like a switch in content for me. I went from like making kind of like minimalism budgeting content to completely switching over and doing booktube. So like if you're here, thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me grow and change. And if you're new, wow, even better. That's so fun and exciting. So thank you guys, and yeah, let's just make it like the best vacation and the best reading week. It is the next day, and I have an update on Dead 11 for you. I am up to page 148, so I'm like a third of the way through, and nothing is really happening. In this book, we are following our main character, Harper, and his sister has gone to this island to try and figure out what happened to her son that passed away. He passed away in an accident, but she found, like, the name of the island scribbled onto his floor one night, like, after he had passed away. So she, like, goes on this mission to this island to try to figure out, does it mean something? What happened? So she then goes missing, and Harper goes and tries to figure out what she was trying to do there, and also if he can find anything out about her son and all that. But the deal with this island is it's very eerie, very spooky. The vibes are really good. I will say the atmosphere in this book is extremely creepy, and just all of these people on the island, the whole thing is very strange. It's almost like they're stuck in this, like, Pleasantville scenario. I use that reference a lot, but I hope y'all know what I mean. I love that movie, but it's just, like, that's what reminds me, when people are, like, stuck in one way, and that's kind of the vibe of this island. So they're kind of, like, stuck in the 90s, but they don't, like, know that, or they don't portray it that way. It's just very much like if someone goes there and they see, like, a cell phone, like, for example, when the sister got there, a man, like, went over and, like, slapped her cell phone out of her hand, because that kind of thing is, like, not allowed on the island. And people just talk about, like, the island being, like, having this it or this she, and, like, that's what's happening, and, like, they're like, oh, you know, if we listen to anything, like, that's relevant today, because this whole, like, timeline doesn't take place in the 90s, but this island is stuck in the 90s, if that makes sense. So, you know, if they listen to anything that's, like, modern, all of a sudden, like, you know, they're like, oh, she's here, and, like, we have to stop, or whatever. So it's, like, very eerie, very creepy. I will say this is, like, such a freaking slow burn. Like, 150 pages in, and really, like, all we've done is, like, gotten a backstory of, like, why the sister went to this island, then Harper getting to the island, but, like, nothing has really happened yet. He's just kind of going around asking people. We also get the perspective of 2 high school students who were in contact with the sister and, like, knew her a little bit, so we're also getting some of their point of views, and also, like, their point of view of what's going on the island, because there's one of the girls who's like, I don't believe anything that's happening, or, like, I don't believe what they believe in. So it almost reminds me, like, a little culty. I don't know. I have no idea where this is going, which, like, I'm intrigued, but I'm also, like, I would love for things to start to pick up, because this is, like, a whole 400 and something page book, and 150 pages in, and I'm like, and can we start moving along here? Because that would be great. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. If it is slow throughout the entire thing, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I'm intrigued enough to keep going, so that's kind of my update. We went to the beach today, as you saw, and did some reading there. It's like 4-ish, I'm gonna feed the dog, and then sit here and read for a bit more before we have dinner and, like, hang out and veg for the night. We don't have any plans. It's currently Sunday. We don't have plans on this vacation. That's, like, the point of this vacation. We just have some things that, like, we like to do, but we don't know what day we're gonna do them or whatever. The rest of the time, it's truly just, like, hanging out and chilling, which I just love and, like, so need right now. So that's kind of the plan. I'm just gonna sit here, read for a bit, and I will update you, hopefully with a more exciting update of what's happening in this book, because if not, Lord help me. Hi guys, I have some reading updates for you. Don't you worry, I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. I literally just got back from the beach. I'm uploading my July wrap up right now. You would have already seen this, so I will link it in the cards as well as down below for you. But it's August 1st, which means it's Book of the Month time. And y'all know how I love to react to these in vlogs. I don't know why. I just think it's so fun. So we're gonna go on, see what we have for choices. I'm very excited. This is like the anticipation of Book of the Month is way too exciting. But like it is exciting. If you know, you know. Anyways, let's go on. Okay. I had a feeling this was gonna be on there. I should have said if I had any predictions. It's too late now. Actually, it's not too late. Let's look at my most anticipated and see if I have any predictions. The new Lisa Jewell, I feel like, will be on this list. I don't feel like the new Alice Feeney will be on it because that comes out at the end of the month, so I feel like that's going to be a September pick. Maybe Cutting Teeth by Chandler Baker, which I've actually already read. Maybe Silver Nitrate as well, which would be amazing. Okay, anyways, the first one is Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. It's a magical realism, which, like, cute, but no. Then we have a memoir. I love when they do that. The Many Lives of Mama Love, from suburban soccer mom to convicted felon to best-selling ghostwriter. Oh, that's cool. That's one I would check out on Audible. Oh my god, I cannot speak. The sun is getting to my brain. Literary fiction. Happiness Falls. No, thank you. Another literary fiction. Shark Heart. No, thank you. And the new Lisa Jewell. Oh, I love when I'm right. Which is fun. Ooh, and horror too. Vampires of El Norte. Isabella Cañas. Wait a second. I've read from her before. What have I read from her before? I need to know. I need to know immediately. Is she the same author as The Hacienda? Maybe. How do you spell her name? There we go. She is! That's exciting. The Hacienda was such a good one. Alright, sink your teeth into this sumptuous border tale full of cowboys, forbidden romance, and things going bump in the night? What? That's amazing. I'm gonna pick the new Lisa Jewell. Obviously. But I'm gonna put that as like added to my saved list and get it out another time for sure. Do it as like an add-on for another one because I really want to get Divine Rivals in this box. So we are going to go to my to be read and we're gonna add Divine Rivals. That's exciting. There's a lot of literary fiction on this list, which, like, kind of surprises me because it's still summertime, and I feel like summer is, like, prime thriller time. But I think a lot of them are also coming out, like, later in the month, so probably will be September picks. That's my guess. Anyways, you don't need to sit with me while I add the rest of these to my box. I think I'm gonna get the Wishing Game as well. So we're gonna do the Wishing Game and Divine Rivals and the new Lisa Jewell. Very excited. Anyways, I will update you on my reading because I did finish Dead 11 and I have started another book. I will update you in a bit, but I need to finish doing this and eat some lunch. So we'll chat in a bit. Okay, I have showered. I actually washed my hair and I feel like a new person. It was definitely a bit dry from like all of the sunscreen and everything, so it's feeling good. I'm feeling so much better. So I'm here to give you an update on Dead 11, which I thought it was appropriate to film here because the VHS tapes are like right here in the background, but I can't really get them in the shot or else I'm like standing against a chair. Whatever, that works. It's fine. Enjoy the VHS tapes in the background as I film this. But I'm here to give you an update on Dead 11 because I did finish this, and unfortunately, I think I'm gonna give this 2 stars. Ooh, hear me out. I really enjoyed the overall writing. I really enjoyed like the beginning plot line as we're kind of unfolding what happened to Harper's sister, and like her unfolding the mystery of like what could possibly have happened to her son, or what does this island have to do with her son. I was really intrigued at first, and I also really enjoyed the idea of everyone kind of like being stuck in a time period, like being stuck. It almost kind of reminded me of like Back to the Future vibes, you know, where he like all of a sudden finds himself in a different time period, kind of stuck there, has to figure out how to get back, that kind of thing. So it almost gave me that kind of vibe, which like I love Back to the Future, so absolutely. I really enjoyed like all the nods to the 90s too. They were talking about starter jackets, pogs, Tamagotchis, like there was so many mentions to like 90s things and things that are just so nostalgic for me. So like I really appreciated that. However, this book was entirely too long. I could have cut out like 200 pages of this and still would have gotten like a solid story. I'm not saying I don't think it could have done with like being a novella. I think a novella would have been too short, but I do think that this being 450 pages is too long. And I just found myself, as the pages kept going on, I would say after like the halfway mark, I was like, okay, I'm ready to be done. And I still have 250 pages left. Like I was ready to wrap it up in another like 50 to 75, but no, we still had 250 pages left. So it just felt way too long for my liking, and I just didn't care about the back half of this. So I guess I'm gonna say like 2.5 in there. Like after, I would say, like I said, the halfway mark, my interest level just dropped, and I just didn't care anymore. I was like, I don't care what happened to her son. I don't care what happened to the sister. I don't care what's happening on this island. Like, yeah, it's weird, it's a little bit intriguing, but like, I do not care. Also, ZD is now chewing her bone in the background. I'm so sorry if you can hear crunching. But I just totally lost interest because it was so long. I was like, I just want to find out. And even the ending for me, just like, I was like, okay, that was fun, I guess. Like, it didn't really give me that satisfactory ending or like super creepy ending that I was looking for. I don't know. It just fell apart for me. I would say I enjoyed like the first 150 pages. I enjoyed the nods to the 90s, but beyond that, no. Just no. So, that's unfortunate. So happy I got it from the library though. And I am really happy that I read it. This is his debut, so I am interested to see what Jimmy Giuliano does next, because I can see the potential there, and I can see why people are going to love that. But for me, it's just not for me. So I went from that being like, that was too long, to now reading Suburban Hell, because I was like, I want a short horror / thriller that's like I'm gonna fly through, and I am flying through it. I am already 200 pages into this, and it's only like 300, like just over 300 pages, so I'm definitely going to finish this today. This is like a one-day read for me, and oh my god, I'm loving it. This is over the top, it's dramatic. We are following a group of moms in this neighborhood, in this suburban neighborhood. They are all friends, they get together for wine nights, their kids all play together, all of that, and then one night they go over for girls' night, and then one of the moms like starts acting strange, and then they go to her house the next day to like check in on her, and she's acting very strange, and then things start to unravel from there, and like even the kids are picking up on like the creepiness. Like there's one little girl that's like, Mom, don't go over there, don't go over there, there's something, like don't go over there, and then some really creepy things are happening. And I will say, this is actually giving like such creepy vibes for being like so fun and like kind of dramatic. It's actually being really creepy. It's reminding me a lot of the Southern Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. Like, it's giving that, and like that book definitely had some creep factor to it. And I feel like even though this is fun and kind of lighthearted and like a popcorn horror, as I would call it, it's definitely creepy too. So I'm loving this so far. This is exactly what I needed after reading that, and I'm so happy that I picked this up, and I'm stoked to finish it today. Fingers crossed that can happen. If not, it's fine. I'll finish it tomorrow. And yeah, I just like love this cover too. I might need to get a copy of it if I end up loving this. So far, I'm having a ball with it though. Show me how you do, and I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on the dizzy edge, kissed her legs, I kissed her legs. I've been trying this new hairstyle and I don't know how I feel about it, but like it also keeps my hair off my face, which like when it's hot outside is a win. I don't know. I think it looks cool, but also maybe weird. I don't think it really matters. Anyways, I'm here to give you a reading update. It is currently Thursday. We are actually leaving today. So got breakfast this morning, as you saw. Oh, that French toast, so good. They like make their own cinnamon swirl bread. Sorry for the sirens and the background noise. They make their own cinnamon swirl bread, and oh, it is just so good. It's French toast with delicious. But like I'm feeling ready to go home. My body is feeling ready. We've eaten out like 3 days in a row, and like for a health nut like myself, like I'm all for it. Treat yourself. It's not even treating yourself, just like enjoy your life, live your life, but at the same time my body feels it when I'm like off track. My body already like, I don't know if anybody else is like that, if you're like if you eat healthy all the time and you're like, you know, really into fitness or whatever, like the second you step out of your routine, it really just like backfires. Like I instantly get bloated even though I like hydrate like crazy. I don't know what it is, but my body just like does not like to be out of my routine. And so I was already feeling it a little bit, and then we've eaten out like literally 3 days in a row. All delicious, no regrets, but at the same time, I'm like, let's get home and back into our routine. I like could really use that right now. Anyways, that was a tangent. I'm here to talk to you about the books because we have a interesting conclusion to this vlog. So first off, I finished Suburban Hell by Maureen Kilmer, and then I'm giving this 4 stars. Like, is it the best thing that's ever been written? No. But like, it's creepy, it's fun, it's like Desperate Housewives meets a horror movie, and like, I'm here for that vibe. I just think it's fun, it's a little bit over the top. Like I said, it reminds me of the Southern... Oh my god, why can I never say the title of this book? A Southerner's Guide to Slaying Vampires, Southern Guide to Slaying Vampires, whatever the name of that book is, by Grady Hendrix, which I read and loved and really enjoyed. It's like that. Oh my god, it's just so fun. Like, I was thoroughly creeped out during some of this. Like, there's definitely some creepy scenes in here, and I personally really enjoyed where this went. I know that not everyone will, because I know this certain theme is not everyone's cup of tea, but I really like where it went. It also kind of reminded me of like Pretty Little Liars in a way, not in the terms of like A or whatever, but just like the friendship vibes, that kind of thing. Also like My Best Friend's Exorcism. This is really like if My Best Friend's Exorcism and A Southern Guide to Slaying Vampires had a baby. Like, this is what that book is, and it's so good. Is it as good of writing as Grady Hendrix? I don't think so, but it's still good enough, and like, I just had a blast. This is exactly what I wanted to be reading on vacation. I think it was the perfect like summer vacation horror book choice, so I'm so happy that I read it. I also like love this cover, so I might need to get myself a copy of that. I'm not even gonna lie. We have an interesting turn. So I started Book Lovers yesterday, finished this yesterday, started this a little bit later in the day. I now am 150 pages into this, and hot take, I'm so bored. All the book lover fans are going to come for me. This is like a highly rated romance. Like, this is everybody's favorite romance, and like, this is coming from someone who's not a romance reader. I just have to put that out there. I don't read a lot of romance. I don't mind when it's like a side plot, but it's not like my go-to genre, so it really has to like have something to it to really grip me for me to be like super invested in the story. For example, like The Dead Romantics, I really liked the theme of like grief, and also just like them owning this like mortuary. It kind of gave like Addams Family vibes and whatever. Like, I love the deeper themes in that book. I also just read The 7-Year Slip. I like the time travel element to it. This one, like, we do have a relationship between these two sisters, which I really appreciate, and honestly, it's a bit relatable, because I have an older sister, and like, I think that, you know, as you get older, sometimes you don't necessarily like have as many things in common and that kind of thing. Anyways, I find that very relatable, but like the overall story of this and the overall plot and like, you know, the overall of this romance, like, I don't care. I literally do not care. I'm not invested in these characters whatsoever. I'm not really invested in their romance of like 45% of the way into this book. Like, I don't care. I'm not really that interested, and I think I'm going to DNF it. That was a moment of silence for all of y'all that like are huge fans of this book. I just can't do it. I'm so bored. I want to be reading something else. I keep thinking about the other books that I have that I'm like, I could be reading this right now. I tried. I've been listening to the audiobook as well, and that's not doing it for me either. So I have the hottest take ever, and I'm DNFing Book Lovers, and I'm so sorry. I honestly just think that Emily Henry is just not the author for me, because I have read Beach Read before, and I did not enjoy that either. And so I was like, oh my god, but everyone loves this, so I'm gonna give it a chance. And like, I just think that maybe it's her writing, or just like, I don't know what it is, but like, I'm bored, and I'm just not, there's too many books in the world. There's too many books, and so this is gonna be a DNF from me. And just like that, we are home. And what an interesting reading week. I hate that the week ended with a DNF. Also that I had a 2-star, but like, that's just the name of the game. Also, why I utilize my library so much, because I just saved myself so much money. But we did have a win with Suburban Hell, and like I can't stop thinking about it, so I'm most definitely gonna get myself a copy of that. But oh my god, just like what a roller coaster. But I also had so much fun on vacation and just feel like refreshed and renewed and inspired. I definitely did a lot of like reflecting and thinking, as I usually do on vacation, because you know when you're out of your element it just brings things up, and like I just feel really inspired to create again, not only on this channel, but like on my social media platforms as well. So I will have them all linked below if you're not following me on Instagram. I also dabble in TikTok. I haven't in a while, but I want to get back into it. Just like have a bit of fun over there. So you can follow me on TikTok too. It will all be linked below. But thank you guys so much for coming along on my vacation with me. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing me out of this orange room and like out in the world. I also just want to thank you for being here as well. I know I said it at the beginning of the video, but I really just want to like reiterate how grateful I am for this little community and like to be a part of BookTube in general. It's something that I had thought about for so long and just wasn't sure if it was my place, and then just decided one day to just go for it, and man am I so happy I did, because I have created some of the best of friendships on here, connected with so many cool and interesting people, and obviously have read some incredible books, and like I'm just so grateful to be a part of this. So thank you for being here as well. If you are subscribed, truly, oh my god, my heart just know I have so much love for you. And if you aren't, hi, the button's down there. You can, just takes 2 seconds. Come be a part of the fam, okay? It's been a wild year. I'm excited to see what the next year brings, and like let's just have some freaking fun, okay? All right, I think that is all. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit the button, and you can also turn on the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
With you and I, the future is bright.